friends, welcome to Mini Mastermind's second episode, and this is Mahara speaking again. As I told you in the last episode, we would be talking about the evolution of money. Let's get started. Now, before we start learning about the evolution of money, we should know the reason behind it. What is the reason behind the evolution of money? You see, the human beings need many needs, but they have only a few of them. So they have to take some of their own needs which they have and exchange it for the other needs they need. This was happening a long time ago. This was called bartering. Just like a person who has a big pond full of fish and he has someone near him who has a big field full of grains. So he exchanges his fish for the grains. And that system was called barter system. Now in the barter system, there were also pieces of paper traded. They were called IOUs. And IOU seriously means I owe you. So IOUs, they were pieces of paper. But when did their usage come? See, let's say I have a calf and you have some wheat. You give me the wheat in return for an IOU of a cow. Now, in that piece of paper, it is written, I owe you a cow. Right now, that cow is a calf. When the winter starts, the cow must be fully grown and will be handed over to you to fulfill this IOU. Now, let's say you don't need this cow. Just you want a basket of fruits. While you were going home, you meet a cool fellow. His name is Shakespeare. He wants an IOU for a cow so that he can get the cow when the winter starts. Because in the winter he wants to drink some hot milk. But he has got an IOU for fruits. So you both exchange your IOUs so that both IOUs can fulfill your own needs. So the creator of Shakespeare's IOUs house was nearby only. So you went to his house and that man's name was Smith. So you knock on his house and say, hey Smith, you had given this IOU to some of your guys, but he exchanged the IOU to me. Please give me these fruits. So you get your fruits. That is what happened in the barter system. See, here you have to fulfill your own needs. Shakespeare too. So both of you exchange your IOUs to fulfill each other's needs. This is the reason for the evolution of money, and I have explained the barter system too. So then, after the barter system came Sumerian cuneiform tablets. Not after the barter system, during the barter system. Now, Sumerian cuneiform tablets are clay tablets in which scribes inscripted information. Now, many archaeologists are digging out many Sumerian cuneiform tablets, but only 10% of them have been deciphered, and more than half of it has to be found. So Sumerian cuneiform tablets, you've got it, I guess. Now after it came tokens. Tokens were valuable goods which are exchanged for other goods. Let's say cowrie shells. In the South Pacific Ocean, many people use cowrie shells such as tokens. And other tokens were lumps of gold, lumps of silver, beads, etc. But after it came metallic money, and metallic money was coins, gold coins, silver coins. One of the first coins were the Athenian drachma and the Lydian gold coins. So all the coins were made mainly of gold and silver, though few were made of bronze or copper, up till a particular time, up till the great debasement happened. Henry VIII of England debases a gold coin, and instead of minting gold coins, he started minting copper coins. But don't worry, after some years, Isaac Newton became the warden of the mint. He argued that the debasement of the gold coin makes people lose trust on their money. So again, we started restoring our gold and silver coins. Then after gold and silver coins came paper money. Now paper money would banknotes which were printed by the central bank of a country. So this, like, just an example for a central bank of a country is RBI, the Central Bank of India. Every note in circulation in India contains the signature of the governor of RBI, except for the 1 rupee note, which instead contains the finance secretary's sign. Next came the plastic money. The plastic money was in the form of debit and credit cards. But why did we call it plastic money? It's because the cards were made of plastic. Now, the way it worked was just you had to swipe the cards and the money will be paid. But people get confused between credit and debit cards. Now, whenever you swipe a debit card, money is transferred from your account to the other person's account. But when you swipe a credit card, money is created and transferred to the other person's account. And after some time, you will have to pay that principal amount plus interest to the bank. You might have heard many people saying that credit cards are bad for you, but actually they used it the wrong way. You see, whenever people get credit card from the banks, they become extravagant and start doing unnecessary expenditures. So, after some time when they had to pay the interest and the principal, they don't have any money to pay that much amount. That's why they blame the credit cards and the banks only for it. Actually, credit cards might be helpful in the times of need. Let's say your family member became hospitalized and you have to pay 5 lakhs to the hospital. How will so much money arrive? So instead you can use the credit card to pay the bill for the hospital. So credit cards are not bad for us, but people use it the wrong way. That's why they see it bad. Okay? Now let us talk about the now world. Nowadays we are using digital money, cryptocurrencies and UPIs. But what all are these? Now let's first talk about digital money. Now digital money, what you do is that you download the application of your bank in which you deposit your money in your phone to any app store, play store or whatever you have in your phone. It depends on whatever type of phone you have. And then you can do anything with the money in your account. You can decide to save it or spend it or invest it, do whatever you want with that money. And in cryptocurrencies, now cryptocurrencies are digital money which are used globally but are made by one person. How? We will learn about that in my upcoming videos. You know guys, nowadays the Indian government has released the UPI, which is known as Unified Payment Interface. Now UPI is nothing, just there are QR codes and you have to scan them using some applications, like Paytm, Google Pay, Bhim UPI or some. So friends, let's have a quick recap of this video. So first thing we learned was that the reason that money evolved was that we humans need many goods, but we only had particular amount of goods with us, particular amount of needs with us, not goods with us. And so we had to find something to exchange with other needs we needed. So first stage was that we used to exchange some of our needs which we already had for other needs which we needed. But after that, they started to have valuable goods and store them in their house so that they could exchange it for the other goods. Then after that, there came coinage in which we used to... So friends, let's have a quick recap about what we learned. So we learned that the reason of evolution of money was that we needed to fulfill our needs. So first in the evolution of money came barter system, in which we used to exchange two goods between two individuals. Then came tokens, in which we used to exchange valuable goods for our needs. Then there came the coinage, in which we used coins to pay for our needs. Then came the paper currency, in which paper currency was printed by the central bank of any country and we used that to pay for our goods and services. Then came cards or plastic money, which were nothing but just plastic cards which you had to swipe on a machine to pay the money. digital money, cryptocurrency, and UPI. Digital money is nothing but just you have the application of your bank in which you deposit your money, and you can use that application to transfer money from one person's account to another person's account. And there is cryptocurrency, which is a globally used currency which is created by one person. And if you want to know how, please subscribe and like to my channel, because I will tell this in the upcoming videos. And nowadays the Indian government has started the UPI, which is nothing but just every shopkeeper has a QR code which you have to scan using some particular applications, and then the money will be successfully transferred. Thank you guys. Stay fit, stay healthy, because health is wealth.